Welcome back to the deep dive. You sent us a really interesting stack of sources looking into professional poker gear. We're going to give you the shortcut to what really matters in them. And look, we're not talking about lucky rabbit's feet or fancy watches here.
No, not at all.
We're diving into the actual tools, the stuff that serious players use compared to maybe more casual players. Specific chairs, monitors, even things that help psychologically.
Yeah, the things that boost performance, focus, and honestly just help you last longer in the game.
Right. So our mission today is pretty straightforward. Find those gear nuggets that actually give you an edge, whether you're playing online or sitting across from someone live.
And that online versus live thing is key, isn't it?
Definitely.
The sources we looked at kept saying this gear, it's not really about luxury. It's about performance, consistency.
Like in pro sports, the equipment's just part of the deal.
Exactly. Think of your gear as like a silent partner. It helps stop you from making those mental mistakes, helps you keep playing your best game, especially during those really long, tough sessions.
Makes sense.
And the sources, they really break down why it matters. Good gear means you're physically comfortable, mentally sharp for hours on end.
Okay.
Helps you shut out distractions, project a bit of confidence when you're playing live, and just build a more efficient professional routine around your play.
Okay, let's unpack this then. And yeah, it seems like the gear splits pretty cleanly, doesn't it? Online versus live.
Completely different toolkits needed.
So let's start with the online grinder. The person basically living at their desk for hours. For them, it's purely practical stuff, right?
Yeah.
Comfort, being able to see everything clearly, maybe across multiple tables, and just staying focused.
Absolutely. The sources were super specific here.
What's the foundation?
It all starts with ergonomics.
Yeah.
Seriously, before you even think about software, think about your body. You're sitting for, what, 5-10 hours sometimes?
Yeah, easily.
So a proper ergonomic chair, one that actually supports your lower back, that's just, you have to have it. One source even pointed out something interesting.
Oh, yeah.
A bad chair doesn't just give you a sore back, it makes your attention wander.
Huh. Really?
Yeah, one study they cited suggested players reporting, like, significant discomfort. They had up to a 30% increase in attention drift, more misclicks, especially after hour 4.
Wow. So the chair isn't just comfort, it's like leak protection.
Exactly. Leak protection. And you need a desk you can adjust to, get the height right so your arms, your wrists, they're all aligned properly. Reduces strain.
I never really connected posture directly to mental fatigue like that. That's a big takeaway. And, okay, visibility, obviously crucial if you're playing multiple tables.
Oh, totally. High-resolution monitors are key. And often players are using 2, maybe even 3.
Right.
You need that clarity for bet sizes, player stats, making quick calls across, 6 or 8 tables. Any blurriness, not enough screen space, that's a real handicap.
And the trend is bigger screens now, curved ones.
Yeah, larger, often curved displays seem to be popular. They minimize how much you have to turn your head, keep everything sort of in your peripheral vision.
Okay, and talking about minimizing handicaps, eye strain came up a lot in the sources. The silent killer, they called it.
Yeah.
Especially late at night, dark room.
Yeah, that's a critical one. And the fix they suggest is kind of two-pronged. Either get some decent blue light glasses, or maybe even better, use monitor filters, or just tweak the monitor settings to cut down that blue light significantly. It's not just about long-term eye health. It's about reducing that immediate fatigue, the kind that makes you just want to click fold on spots you should probably be playing just because you're wiped.
Yeah, I could see that. And, okay, online poker, it's often about tuning everything else out, right? Isolation and precision.
Absolutely. Noise-canceling headphones, pretty standard kit.
Right.
Whether you need them to block out a noisy house or just want that passive sound dampening, cutting out audio distractions is huge for concentration.
And the mouse and keyboard?
Crucial for speed and accuracy. Since you're clicking constantly, making fast decisions, you need a really comfortable, responsive gaming mouse. And maybe a keyboard with soft keys, something that lets you execute actions quickly without mistakes, especially when things get hectic across multiple tables.
Makes total sense for the home setup. Okay, let's flip this completely. That kind of focused home setup doesn't really map directly onto a casino floor, does it?
Not at all. The live scene is, a whole different ballgame. It's presence, performance, and, maybe a little bit of image management too.
Right, so the gear reflects that.
Definitely. It's about managing your image, but also just staying organized under pressure. Take something simple, like a card protector.
Okay, yeah. I can imagine some listeners thinking, really? For a low-stakes game? Seems like style over substance, maybe?
Well, there's a functional argument, too, according to the sources.
Which is?
It's about looking competent, sure, but mainly protection. Its job is to keep your cards weighted down so they don't get accidentally flipped over or, even worse, mucked by the dealer by mistake.
Ah.
It just signals you're serious, you're paying attention.
Yeah.
That can subtly affect how people play against you. And beyond that, basic organization helps a lot.
Like a chip case.
Yeah, a good secure chip case, especially if you move between casinos or just need to keep your stack organized. Anything that reduces mental clutter is a win.
And then we get to the iconic look. Sunglasses and a hoodie. We all picture it, but what's the actual function in a bright, noisy casino?
Oh, the function is absolutely critical. Sunglasses, hoodies, they're basically your emotional armor.
Hiding tells.
Exactly. They hide those little involuntary facial things, eyes darting, mouth tightening that experienced players are looking for. Plus, the sources really hit this point. They help you maintain focus under those super bright, sometimes weirdly fluctuating casino lights. It creates a more stable visual environment for you.
Okay, so that covers the image and focus side. But live sessions, tournaments especially, they can go for 12, 15 hours. Stamina and logistics must be huge.
Oh, managing stamina is everything. Prevents those costly mistakes late in the day. You need a good travel backpack or a dedicated poker bag. Not just tough, but well organized inside.
Compartments matter.
Yeah, needs to hold your notebook, charger, whatever essentials, but still be small enough to stash under a cramped poker table. And you absolutely have to pack for, like, physical survival.
Meaning food and water.
Yes, hydration is key. Bring your own water bottle, pack healthy snacks. Relying on casino food or sugary drinks, that just leads to a crash later. The sources were clear. Avoiding tired decisions often just means having water and a protein bar handy when you feel yourself fading.
And the one thing everyone forgets but is crucial.
The portable phone charger or a power bank.
Right. So simple.
Simplest tool, biggest potential disaster if you forget it. Imagine being deep in a tournament, phone dies, you lose contact, can't check break times, can't even look up notes. That loss of control can tilt you. It has to be in the bag, fully charged, every single time.
Okay, we've nailed the basics for both worlds. But this is the deep dive. What about the little things, the underrated stuff, and the really advanced tech the pros use? Let's start small, the marginal gains.
Yeah, those little things really add up. Comfort-wise, even with a good chair, wrist rests or those ergonomic mouse pads, they help prevent carpal tunnel, which is a real risk.
Makes sense.
And if you use a standing desk, or even just take standing breaks, those anti-fatigue mats, sources called them a lifesaver for your legs and back over long stretches.
And organizationally, something low-tech.
The humble notebook and pen. Seriously, don't overlook it. For online or live play, lets you jot down reads on opponents, strategic ideas, session notes right away, without messing with screens or apps. Great for memory, great for review later.
I like that. A physical anchor. What about managing time? Casino time is weird, and online needs disciplined breaks.
Yeah, that's where a smartwatch or even just a dedicated timer app on your phone is useful. You need to manage those breaks properly. Every hour, maybe 90 minutes, get up, walk around, reset. A smartwatch lets you track session time without adding another distraction on your screen.
Good point.
Oh, and don't forget an adjustable lamp for your desk setup. If the room lighting isn't great, having a dedicated lamp with soft, focused, adjustable light cuts down massively on eye fatigue, especially for those late-night grinds.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting. Moving into the gear that's purely about squeezing out every last drop of efficiency and edge. The serious, big league stuff.
Right, this is where we lean heavily into the analytical side. Poker at a high level, as the sources say, it's really not guesswork.
So what's the main tool for online players here?
Hand tracker software is essential, often used with something called a HUD.
Okay, hang on. HUD. For anyone not familiar, what's that?
It stands for Heads-Up Display. It's basically software that runs alongside your poker client. It tracks hands you play against opponents and displays key statistics about their tendencies, like how often they raise before the flop or how often they bet after raising, right there on the screen next to their name or avatar.
Yeah, okay. So instant data on how they play.
Exactly. Crucial for quickly spotting weaknesses and tendencies you can exploit. And for serious players, using that tracker software after the session to review hands, analyze mistakes, that's absolutely standard practice.
And physically, for maximizing online efficiency.
We're talking a multi-table setup, but optimized.
Using adjustable monitor mounts is key. Gets your screens perfectly at eye level, saves your neck, and clears up desk space so you can just focus.
I was a bit surprised by the focus on smart lighting systems. Seems techy, but why the emphasis?
Because consistency in your environment helps create consistency in your mental state. A smart lighting system lets you dial in soft, maybe even color-tuned lighting. You avoid that harsh, draining fluorescent glare.
Soft, steady light helps stabilize your mood, reduces visual fatigue during those marathon night sessions. It's really about protecting your mental energy.
And maybe the most unexpected gear the sources brought up, fitness accessories.
Yeah, that one raised my eyebrows too initially.
They mention things like resistance bands, yoga mats, even under-desk bikes. We're not training for a triathlon here, so what's the poker angle?
It's purely about counteracting the negative effects of sitting still for so long.
Ah, blood flow.
Exactly. When your blood flow slows down, your brain doesn't work as well. Your cognitive function dips. So using these simple things, quick stretch with a band on a break, maybe pedaling gently under the desk, it keeps the blood moving, keeps oxygen going to your brain. It's a direct tactic for better mental stamina. The ultimate anti-fatigue tool, maybe.
Wow, okay. That's clever.
Now, shifting gears one last time, let's just quickly hit the essentials for traveling to live tournaments. Packing like a pro. The sources broke it down neatly. First, comfort stuff. Good travel pillow, reliable headphones, comfy shoes, because travel days are often long and stressful.
Gotcha.
Second, tech, laptop or tablet for study, obviously, and multiple portable chargers, never just one.
Okay.
Then, the absolute essentials. Your own healthy snacks and water bottle. Hygiene stuff is crucial too. Hand sanitizer, wipes, especially in crowded tournament rooms. And finally, what they call focus boosters. Your music playlist, your notebook, things to get you mentally ready before you even sit down.
And that pro tip that kept popping up.
Yeah, always pack a spare shirt and a spare charger. Sounds basic, but in a multi-day event, those two things apparently save the day surprisingly often.
Right. Let's try and boil this down. A quick comparison for you listening. The online focus seems to be all about comfort and mental isolation for those long hours. And the biggest mistake, overlooking posture and lighting.
Yeah, seems right.
Whereas a live focus is much more about organization and being ready for travel. The key mistake there, forgetting those simple things, chargers, snacks, the spare shirt stuff that drains your stamina physically and mentally and leads to bad plays.
Yeah, I think that nails it. If we connect this to the bigger picture, so the settings are totally different, right? Online K versus noisy casino. But the core need is the same. Preparation. When you feel well-equipped, organized, comfortable, you feel more confident, more focused, ready. And that feeling of control that comes from being prepared, it directly improves your decision-making at the table.
So for you listening, how do you apply all this? The sources suggest starting with a little self-assessment. Ask yourself some key questions like, where do I actually play most? Online or live? What things genuinely distract me or make me uncomfortable during a session? Do I travel a lot for poker, needing that travel kit? And maybe the big one, is my current setup actually built for performance? Or did I just focus on how it looks?
Right, that functionality check is crucial. That's the final piece of advice, really. Focus on function first. Flashy gear might look cool, maybe on a stream or something. But if it doesn't actually make you more comfortable, reduce strain, or help your analysis, the sources basically say it's just window dressing. Put that money towards coaching or study instead.
So what does this all mean? I think the takeaway is pretty clear. Yeah, poker strategy is vital, but solid preparation underpins everything. Investing in the right gear, the stuff that actually enhances performance, that's an investment in your focus, your ability to play longer, and ultimately your ability to execute your strategy effectively hour after hour.
And we've seen how much the physical gear, the environment, can impact focus and confidence. The sources strongly suggest that making your setup feel professional actually boosts your mental state. So if you get your physical toolkit sorted, the final thought is this. What part of your mental preparation toolkit might you be neglecting? You know, things like a proper warm-up routine or maybe visualization before you play. That might be the next essential tool you need to add to your arsenal.